Now on Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, a chop shop theft ring being investigated, and protests over access to the abortion pill across the state. Plus, we continue to learn more about Affectionate Arms.
Take a look on the outside, still holding at 66 degrees here in Victoria. We've been at that number for about an hour and a half now. Southerly winds with the humidity on the rise, of course. Big changes today. Temperatures going down and the rain chances going up. We'll give you the details on both coming up.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain. Today is the 16th day of March 2023. The time is now 6:31 on your Thursday morning, and today it's National Panda Day for all you panda lovers out there. Let's go ahead and turn to First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining. Trey, I love pandas. I've never maybe seen a panda in person, maybe like 2 times at the zoo or so, but they're very rare.
They're very cute. One day I think it was Ling Ling and Sing Sing were in China. I believe those were the pandas that became famous.
Trey.
They're in China a long time ago. And panda, makes me hungry.
Panda, oh right.
Little joke, little joke.
I get it, Trey.
There you go. It's temperatures on the outside, 68 degrees in Victoria, and we'll keep those numbers in the 60s to near 70 degrees by the time we get to the late morning, afternoon, and hitting a high temperature today, about 80 degrees most of the day. Matter of fact, pretty much all of the day today is definitely going to be on the warm side. The cold air arriving after midnight tonight. I'll show you that here momentarily, and then we'll keep the temperatures in the 70s, of course, with the warm and humid conditions in place. Cloudy skies, windy conditions as well. Take a look at the wind chills. We'll start off in the 70 to 80 degrees. By the time we get to your early morning on your Friday, 1 a.m., front still to the north, still in the 70s area wide. And then the front makes its way into our region here, blasts on through, and wind chills dip way down to the 30s and even some 20s coming up for tomorrow morning. So get the big coat out and you'll be needing it, no doubt about it. And hang on to it because this is going to be lasting for the next several days after that. So getting a little taste of winter here in the second half of the month of March. There's the front to the west. A lot of moisture to work with, so it could be more than likely seeing some thunderstorms along the frontal boundary as it moves offshore, of course. And that could be also on the severe side. There's a slight marginal risk of severe weather coming up for your night tonight into your early morning hours tomorrow. Watch weather developments. Then get your coat out because the wind's coming down from the north and the temperatures on the chilly side. Full forecast a little bit later on this half hour. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. Several undercover and marked police vehicles from the Victoria County Sheriff's Office showed up to issue a search warrant yesterday afternoon. Deputies, along with other surrounding agencies, were working on an ongoing theft investigation. Significant items reported were heavy equipment and utility trailers found at 1488 Bottom Road. Lieutenant Mark Zimmer of the Victoria County Sheriff's Office said that this is still an open investigation with hopes of further recovering stolen property for the citizens. A Victoria man faces 4 charges after a vehicle chase. Victoria Police take into custody 42-year-old Jonathan Shaw from Victoria after a chase ending in the 9800 block of Northeast Acklands Parkway. Victoria Police found Shaw had black tar heroin and methamphetamine. Shaw faces 2 arrest evading charges and 2 drug charges. Protest underway in Amarillo where a federal hearing on abortion medication is taking place. The injunction hearing was requested by the Alliance for Hippocratic Medicine, whose lawsuit seeks to challenge the FDA's approval of mifepristone, a medication used with another drug, misoprostol, for chemical abortions. Alliance is asking that mifepristone be taken off the market nationwide. While the case proceeds, Women's March and other abortion rights advocacy groups were outside the courthouse Wednesday and said the medication has been deemed safer for over 2 decades and it would be wrong to remove it. The staff at Affectionate Arms wear many hats, but while they all have different jobs, they have one thing in common: their love for the clients they serve. 25 News Now weekend anchor Adam Seibel visited with a few staff members and has more.
Affectionate Arms has a small staff, but their love for the people they serve is huge. Norma Ramirez is the office manager and is more on the business side of things, but she still has daily interactions with their clients.
I make sure that everything goes on schedule. I help with the clients up front. We do bingo. exercises, prayer.
Those activities that Norma coordinates are part of Affectionate Arms' mission to keep their clients stimulated. Each morning they have a segment where they discuss and talk about what's going on in the Crossroads and beyond, and even simpler things like reciting what day and month it is, just to ground them and overall keep their minds sharp. Norma also makes sure the center is up to code.
But I also work with the CPA dietitian to make sure that everything is going on plan for us to stay in business here in Victoria.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the center has lost clients, and that means less money. Norma says the operation is month to month.
But the clientele has gone down, so with that, yes, every month is just, are we going to be able to pay? You know, are we going to be able to pay our bills or pay even the individuals, the salaried employees? So yes, the need is great here. We do not want to close. Our clients love it here, the clients that we do have.
The center also has an on-site RN and LVN medical staff to assist the clients to make sure they're in a safe environment and looking out for their medical needs. Margaret Coleman has been with the center for 30 years and can help clients if they're unwell or even help answer questions they may have about their prescription medications.
Pretty much I've been the only RN that's been here since the beginning.
Coleman sees just how valuable the center is to the people they serve.
They make friends with one another. They confide in one another. They support one another and end up being a family away from their family in lots of ways.
So while it's a small staff, the center's director, Mary Garcia, says she believes it's God's will that they have been put there for a reason, to enrich the lives of those who need some help.
Affectionate Arms Giving Day, keeping the family together longer, is this Friday, March 17th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Join the 25 News Now team live from Affectionate Arms. They need your donations. Scan the QR code right there on your screen to donate. They need monetary donations as well as office supplies, water, games, gift cards, cleaning supplies, and plants. Affectionate Arms can be reached at 361-578-9067, and their email address is affectionatearms@sbcglobal.net. We hope to see you Friday. And here's a look at some of the top headlines you can read in this week's Port Lavaca Wave. The Calhoun County Sheriff and Deputy play musical instruments for students at elementary schools. And this weekend, the St. Patrick's Day Festival. It'll be at the Calhoun County Fairgrounds from noon to 5 p.m. Annual legislation pushes for every school in Texas to have an armed officer. You can read these stories and more at theportlavacawave.com. Okay, get your cell phone and scan this QR code. It's our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can get breaking news alerts, vote in our viewer poll, get the latest news, weather, and sports, and learn all about our ongoing contest right there on the app. Submit those news tips and photos. The time is now 6:38 on your Thursday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. For the second straight week, there's been demand for mortgages despite a rise in mortgage rates.
New aftershocks this morning after those bank failures. Coming up, why fears of a crisis are keeping the market on edge, and it's being felt across the world.
Okay, take a look at the severe weather outlook for today. This goes into effect later on this afternoon and this evening. Marginal risk from Victoria southward toward the coast and along the coastal counties. Slight risk in Victoria northward along I-10 corridor. Small risk, but it's a risk nonetheless, so we need to keep aware of weather developments. This will be best happening when the line comes through, the normal line with the front after about midnight or so to about 4 or 5 a.m. We'll keep you updated. Full forecast comes up a little bit later on this half hour.
Welcome to Handy Stop Nursery in Yoakum, where nature meets beauty. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or a beginner, our expert staff is here to help you in every way. Visit us today and let's bring your garden to life. Handy Stop Nursery in Yoakum.
For months, we've been saying that Fred Loya can save you more money on your car insurance. But just how much more? In recent months, people who switched from Geico and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance have saved over $1,500 a year. State Farm customers who switched to Fred Loya saved over $1,600 a year. Allstate customers saved over $1,100 a year. That's a combined savings of over $240,000 a year. So start paying less. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
T-Mobile covers 99% of people in America. So when we say we have your town covered, we mean it.
Where I live is a rural area, and the coverage has been awesome.
And great coverage is just the beginning. Families and small businesses can save 20% versus AT&T.
The savings we get allows us to do more things as a family. We're a one-income military family. Saving every month really does help us.
Plus, with our T-Mobile Price Lock, we guarantee we won't raise the price of your rate plan. Switch today.
Welcome to Handy Stop Nursery in Yoakum, your one-stop shop for all your gardening needs. From plants to pots, soil to tools, we have everything you need, and we'll help you find the perfect plants for your space. So come into Handy Stop Nursery in Yoakum and bring your garden to life.
Good morning, 6:41 is the current time. Let's take a look at the temperatures for the next couple of days. This is the high temperature, above normal or below normal temperatures around the state. This kind of gives you an idea of what's happening, of course. We're 5 degrees above normal now. We'll be above normal the majority of the day today. But look at this, by 10 p.m., and as the front moves on through, 20 degrees below normal, and the entire state in the dark blue. That means very cold temperatures. For us, all locations below normal, and that's going to take us right on through your Saturday, Sunday, into your Monday more than likely, with 20 degrees below normal temperatures coming up. So time to get your big coats out, and none, of course. And we'll see as we work through the rest of the time period. Near 70 degrees for the majority of the day, topping 80 degrees or so by 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, this coming up afternoon. And then we'll see the temperatures in the 70s right on through the 1 a.m. hour for your Friday. Here comes the front, roaring on through by about 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., pushing through the Golden Crescent region of Victoria. And wind chills by 8 o'clock, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in 30s and even some 20s out there. Big coat time for sure. Full forecast comes up later on again this half hour. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. More turmoil in the banking world this morning. The stock price of one of Europe's largest banks plunging to an all-time low. And the credit rating of a U.S. bank downgraded into so-called junk territory.
Fears of a banking crisis are keeping markets on edge this morning, both here and overseas. The stock price of one of Europe's biggest banks, Credit Suisse, plunging 24% to an all-time low Wednesday. That bank also has a big presence here in the U.S. Overnight, the firm announcing that it will borrow up to $54 billion from the Swiss Central Bank to shore up its liquidity and investor confidence. Back here at home, concerns still looming over America's regional banks. First Republic stock diving 21% after its credit rating was downgraded into so-called junk territory. Bloomberg reports the bank is now exploring a potential sale. The head of Wall Street's biggest investment firm, BlackRock, telling The Guardian, this is a slow-rolling crisis with more seizures and shutdowns coming. But analysts say no matter what happens, your bank account is secure.
If you have your money in First Republic, it is still safe. There's an implicit guarantee by the feds over the weekend that said depositors aren't going to get hurt here. We're going to look at all the regional banks and make sure the depositors get their money back.
Despite unfolding turmoil in the financial world, the economy remains strong. New data shows retail sales fell only moderately in February, and wholesale prices posted an unexpected decline. Good news for inflation.
All the indicators and everything under the hood suggest that the inflation should continue to moderate. If we're not at the end of the Federal Reserve's rate hikes, we're getting pretty close.
All eyes will be on the Federal Reserve when they meet next week. Another interest rate hike was expected before the banks failed. Now some believe the Fed could hold off. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
For the second straight week, there's been a demand for mortgages despite a rise in mortgage rates. Applications on average rose 6.5% last week from 2 weeks ago. Mortgage rates were higher for most of the week until last Friday when they dropped after the Silicon Valley Bank collapsed. Despite higher mortgage applications, that's down 38% from the same week a year ago. For refinancing a home loan, applications went up 5%, but were off 74% from a year ago. Leading us to your viewer poll. Scan this QR code right there on your screen. Do you plan to apply for a mortgage this year? Okay, let's take a look. 9% of you say yes, you do. All right, and then 91% of you say no, you do not. Thank you for taking part in our viewer poll. You can go to crosswordstoday.com/vote to keep taking part. And coming up, we hear from Mary Garcia and Norma Ramirez from Affectionate Arms.
Have a legal question that you don't have the answer to? Crossroads Law is here to help. The esteemed lawyers of the Cole, Easley & Skiba Law Firm are here to answer them. Submit your questions to crossroadstoday.com. This is a free service where you can find practical answers about real-life situations you might have encountered. Crossroads Law is a service of the Victoria Television Group and the law firm of Cole, Easley & Skiba, advocates of trial by jury.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on the FSA 57 battery trimmer. Real Steel. Find yours.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an urgent warning about gas meters and snow.
The snow is piled up 15, 20 feet deep, tight up against the houses, and therefore it's not letting the regulators for the gas meters work properly.
In San Bernardino County, at least a dozen homes going up in flames from the storms earlier this month.
We're looking at heavy amounts of snow and ice falling from structures onto the gas meters and directly damaging them.
Mike Lumpus and his fiancée Ari Aguilera miraculously survived when their home exploded in Lake Arrowhead. Lumpus's brother-in-law, Dan Dressler, describing it.
It blew him through the bedroom door, knocking the bedroom door off the hinges. The roof almost instantly collapsed.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the expert guidance you need to keep you and your home safe. With your GMA First Look, I'm Matt Gutman, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Theo's nose was cause for alarm, so Dad brought Puffs Plus lotion to save it from harm. Puffs has 50% more lotion and brings soothing relief. Don't let your nose get burned. A nose in need deserves Puffs, indeed. America's #1 lotion tissue.
Who says you can't go for bold without going broke? Get the brands you want, the prices you want, whenever you want. TJ Maxx, where you can always afford to be you to the max.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Good morning. Trey Mining here, and we're looking at warm temperatures this morning, cloudy skies, with temperatures in the upper 60s to near 70 currently, 70 or so by the afternoon time, 11, 12 noon or so, and topping 80 degrees by wind chills. This is the feel-like temperature and air temperature combined, what it actually will feel on the outside. Of course, warm temperatures by the afternoon, and warm all day today. We'll keep the 70s going through the midnight hour. But about 1, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. coming up for your Friday morning, here comes the front roaring through the crossroads. Temperatures take a tumble. This is the wind chill factor in the 30s and even some 20s around the region tomorrow morning. So get your big coat out. Won't need it today. You definitely will need it tomorrow. Cloudy skies all day long throughout the day today. As we go further into the day, the better the rain chances will be, starting off with a few rain showers here and there and waiting for the front to move on through, which will be right here after about 4, 5, 8, 6, 7 a.m. Some of the storms could be on the severe side potentially, so we're listening and watching for weather developments. We'll keep you informed. Today though, high temperature 80 degrees with cloudy, windy conditions, rain chances later in the day and the overnight tonight, 48 degrees. And listen for weather developments, temperatures in the 40s, wind chills tumbling at that time. Friday, 56 degrees, air temperature, scattered rain showers and storms primarily in the morning time, keeping the rain chances alive, and the temperature is on the chilly side running through the weekend, even through Monday and Tuesday of next week.
We're now joined by Norma Ramirez and Maria Garcia with Affectionate Arms. Welcome to Sunrise.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, Ms. Garcia, and we've been promoting Affectionate Arms basically all month. Tell us about how this promotion started.
I'll let Mary handle that.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't really, myself don't remember. Well, I do. it happened maybe a month, 2 months ago. We were promoting a raffle that we had going on, and we were in front of Dick's, and this gentleman approached us, and he kind of looked scary. So anyway, he said, "Why are you blocking the mailbox?" And so we started moving around and moving the tables, and come to think, it was Mr. Munoz. And so from there, I guess, he started talking to us. I started explaining to him why we were there, what our program was all about, and I guess it touched his heart, because later on he comes to us and says, "We want to help you." Out of the blue, I said, "Oh my God, God has heard our prayers." And so from there on, we started this campaign, and it's been going full blast. And I am so thankful, because without your help, without KAVU, this would not be possible. I don't think a lot of the people in Victoria knew. They may have known about us, but they didn't know what we represented, what services we provided, who could come there. So now it's all over Victoria and the surrounding areas, and I'm so thankful for that.
Well, you're so welcome. It's what we do here as informers, as people who inform the public about the good in the community. And Norma, you work at the office.
Yes, I do.
What has the reception been like?
Oh, it's been wonderful. We've had clients, talking about it when we're there. We've had family and friends, people that are next door to our building saying that they've seen us on TV. So I just think that everything that KAVU has done for us, Mr. Aguilar, Mr. Munoz, is just, we are so thankful from the bottom of our hearts.
Well, we love helping out, and thank y'all for everything you do to keep families together longer. That's what this is all about, empowering our community and reminding people that there is good in the world.
Yes.
And there's a way that you can give back too.
That's correct.
All right, well, thank y'all so much. We can't wait till Friday at Affectionate Arms. We'll be there all day and supporting y'all in your mission.
Thank you so much.
I also like to add that on that day we have a group of people that will be coming in every hour, on the hour, to talk about Affectionate Arms, to support us. And again, thank you.
We can't wait to learn more. All right, well, coming up, don't go anywhere. News to know before you go.
Hello, I'm Karina Garcia, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me August 19 to the 28th as we explore Bryce, Zion, and the Grand Canyon. Immerse yourself in the scenic beauty of 4 iconic national parks. Enjoy sweeping panoramas and otherworldly rock formations in these one-of-a-kind locations. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword KAVU, for more information.
Counterfeit prescription pills laced with fentanyl are killing our kids by the thousands across the nation. The pills look safe. Can you tell which one is real? Drug dealers are pushing these deadly pills on your kids' social media. It only takes one pill to kill. And it did. You can help stop the fentanyl epidemic. Talk to your kids about the dangers of counterfeit prescription pills. Visit onepillkilled.org.
Friday night.
Possible love triangle, murder, arson.
Now, John Quinones takes you to...
This can be the coldest place on Earth.
But in the search to find a killer...
It's time to turn up the heat.
This plot just thickens.
2020, Friday night on ABC.
Life is just good. So are you a cheap date? Thursday, we're all new.
And now it's time for today's question of the day. We want to know, what car function have 37% of us never used? Okay, Trey, we got honk the horn. That's from Tisha. We've got cigarette lighter or emergency brake. I don't think I've ever used my cigarette lighter in my car, Trey. But my car might be like newer.
Yeah.
They don't come with those anymore, do they?
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, then we've got the nitrous button, a spare tire, emergency flashers. I think we're ready, Trey.
All right, very good. Thanks to everyone who chimed in on the question of the day. And the answer we're looking for is the horn.
Oh, honk honk.
There you go. And it's there if you need it. Of course, stay tuned for tomorrow for another great question of the day to get you going for your day on Friday. You definitely will need that because it's definitely going to be cold.
The White House is supposedly threatening to ban TikTok in the U.S. TikTok acknowledged Wednesday the Biden administration wants the app's Chinese parent company ByteDance to spin off their share of the social media platform. The app currently has more than 100 million U.S. users, and federal officials are concerned that the Chinese government could pressure TikTok into handing over users' personal information. TikTok has been trying to negotiate a deal with the Committee on Foreign Investment in the U.S. With more than 70,000 applications turned in within the first 24 hours of reopening, the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs is closing the Texas Rent Relief application portal today at 11:59 a.m. The portal was scheduled to stay open until March 28th. These funds will help eligible households with rent and utility payments. The state has $96 million available in rent relief funds. Eligible households can apply for assistance online at texasrentrelief.com or over the phone by calling the TRR call center, and you can call them at 833-9TX-RENT. Here are some of the top headlines you can read in this week's Crow Record. The Crow Chamber of Commerce's annual banquet celebrated Crow's business community. Early voting in DeWitt County starts April 24th, and 2 Crow High School students won medals at a major USA Gymnastics event. You can read these stories and more at DeWittCountyToday.com. A large project in the works over at the Victoria Salvation Army with the city and the Salvation Army of Victoria coming to an agreement Wednesday on approval of $250,000 for a life enrichment center. It'll be a one-stop shop for anyone in need or that is homeless, and it'll offer a wide range of services, all for free, from legal, document replacement, mental health resources, life skills such as forklift training and food service handling classes, healthcare, and so much more.
The agreement is to where the city is going to initially fund the project, the construction of, and the first year of operating expenses will be funded by money that come from the ARPA government program and through the city.
They're hoping to begin construction as early as May or later this summer, finish construction by this September, and then a grand opening in October of this year. America has a new favorite dog breed for the first time in 31 years. Wow. The French Bulldog has ousted the Labrador Retriever from the top spot of favorite breeds in the U.S., according to the American Kennel Club. The AKC's popularity rankings covers about 200 breeds in the nation's oldest canine registry, and the stats are based on more than 716,000 puppies and other dogs newly registered last year. Frenchies can be expensive, with many costing upwards of $5,000, and if they get sick, their vet bills can also be costly. We want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Let's go to Trey for a final look at our frosty forecast. Trey, I'm still in shock.
There you go, yes. It's going to be well warm today. Don't worry about it today. Tomorrow, this time tomorrow, we will be in the frosty forecast zone here. Not really ice, but definitely going to feel cold outside. Near 80 degrees by the afternoon time, and then the temperature is mild throughout the rest of the evening. Here comes the front pushing through by your Friday morning. Look at the wind chills, 30s and 20s across the entire region for you tomorrow morning, and it will remain cold in the next few days after that. Cloudy skies, rain chances coming up tonight. The risk of severe weather possible in the overnight tonight, so be weather aware. 80 degrees today, no cold air today. It's arriving after midnight tonight. The low is 48 degrees. And then for your day tomorrow, highs in the 50s, cold temperatures. It's going to last with rain chance and cloud cover right on through the weekend into the first part of next week. Stay warm, everybody, tomorrow. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Thursday. Come to crossroadstoday.com for more local news, weather, and sports. And join James, Doc, Clovio, Karina, and Gino today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Have a great Thursday.